up, everybody?
What's going
Hey,
on?
everyone.
Patrick, Jennifer.
Hey, what's up, Tina?
Hey, girl. We are.
Oh, I can see it on my phone now. Well, I don't see any of the. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Now I can see the comments. All right. So, Tina, where are you from?
Hey, Tommy.
Yeah, we're glad to see everybody too. I tried to do some work outside today, but I was having trouble with neighbors wanting to run big machinery in the background, so I couldn't turn the cameras on. I just have to wait. Indiana.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah,
Those the Hoosiers,
I bet it's a little bit chilly up there.
and there's a lot of corn.
Tommy, how about your neck of the woods? Is it starting to get chilly? Who is this? John Hill looks like. That's what I used to do when when the telephone would ring, I would answer it, and I would go, "Hello." They would say, "Who is this?" I'd say, "I give up. Who is it?"
Bad.
They'd say, "No, I mean, who is this?" Oh my goodness.
Ohio.
Oh, yeah. We did have a good Thanksgiving. Hope you guys did the same. I've still got ham and mashed potatoes in the refrigerator that Jennifer gave me when I left her place the other day. So they didn't have to drive anywhere. I drove because I remember what it was like being a parent and having kids at home, having to drive everywhere on all of the holidays, you know. So I told him, I said, "Y'all just stay home and I'll come to your place."
And he did, and it was nice. I'm glad he understands.
Oh, I see. John Boy. What's up, Danny?
What's up, Bob?
Oh my goodness. You keep the snow, okay?
What's up, Tony? They say that you need a porch swing, Dad.
I need a porch swing.
Yeah.
Well, it'll probably collect dust because I don't sit out there too much. I'm always working.
He sure
But-
would, though, I think.
Huh?
I think you would like it, actually.
Yeah, Jennifer would like it. She really would.
Probably. Yeah. You don't want to do that. I'd
Oh,
never-
look, Gene. How's things over in North Carolina? And Tony.
Randolph in Louisiana. I know, Tina. He's a needy little dog.
We were testing this out just before we went live, and Jennifer's dogs barked, then mine started barking, and then it was like a conversation going back and forth. So we're trying to keep them quiet. Hey, Fred.
We will not mention the creek.
Do not. Nobody. Don't even text it because I think Smokey can read text. Yeah, sometimes when he hears Jennifer or Patrick's voice, he'll come walking over here towards the computer. So
We call it Mo Mart.
yeah, he's Momar. he is something else, I'll tell you.
Well, it's been a while since we've done one of these live streams, and we're trying to do them once or twice a month from here on out. And now that, dude, oh, hey, what's going on?
Yeah,
How have you been?
Jennifer just cuts in and out.
Yeah.
Do I keep cutting in and out?
Yeah, you've done it about 4 or 5 times. I don't know what's wrong.
I don't know.
Oh, they did, huh? He said his labs knew that word too. When I even started spelling it. you know, his old ears would perk up, and sometimes before I would even get the K out, he would start barking. So, yeah, they're pretty smart. So, I guess maybe to catch you guys up to date a little bit, I was outside working on the windows today, putting those in because I'm going to start framing around the windows to put siding on the front. I think I'm going to go ahead and put the front because that'll change the whole appearance of the building. Um, and let's see, we're not too far away probably from starting our solar project, so that we'll have more uh, power up here than other than my generators that I run to power up the batteries. And then probably I'll have a water project next year. I feel it's probably going to take me about a couple months to get the power in here because I got to go, fell the trees, cut the material up on the sawmill, um, burn it, oil it, you know, dig it out, mount it, do all that stuff, dig the trench all the way up to the cabin, mount the hardware, and get all that together. So it's going to take a little while. Um, Geez, that's kind of where we're at. Oh, and working on the fence a little bit at a time because I think that when I put that up, I really liked it. So I'm going to start kind of going around the yard and in different spots. It's not going to be a continuous thing all the way around. Um, but yeah, I'm going to be doing that because I think it kind of helps everything look better.
Do you want,
Australia, good morning. Oh, peekaboo, Bob.
Yeah, her something's wrong with her connection. She keeps cutting in and out.
do you want me to switch to my phone? I can go
Sure.
in.
Sure,
Okay.
you can try it.
Oh, give me just a second.
Okay. Douglas says his dogs get excited when our videos come on. My dogs get excited to make them. You can't say BALL. You can't say the CREEK word. Let's see. He likes for me to throw pieces of wood, things like that. So I have to be careful what I say when I'm filming because it could erupt into a dog barking contest. Hey, Dolly. Let's see. Patrick, Tina asked how you doing.
I was answering her and I was typing.
I got you. Okay. I'm too lazy to do that. No. Let's see.
I'm back,
What you
y'all.
say in my house? You can't say bacon.
Hey, Dolly.
Like seeing the progress on the new build. Well, yeah, I mean it's coming along. I've got, you know what? There's so much to do up here. Sometimes I take a break from doing one thing and go work on something else just to kind of break up the
Is it doing
monotony.
it again?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Then
I'll fix it. Go ahead. Keep talking.
Anyway, but I'm back on the build and like I say, that fence I probably won't um do it all at one time. I'll just do it a little bit at a time. But uh, it kind of makes me feel funny with both of them gone. But yeah, I was going to say y'all can still see me, right? But yeah, okay. You can't say the word okay, or else you have to go for a ride. I can understand that. Now, if they know that I'm going somewhere, then they'll get all excited and they'll run. Now that they run out, they don't know which truck to get in. So I'm going to have to make up a name for them so that they can associate that. Uh, let's see. What else could be new, Patrick? Oh, the gas stove in here is working so good. I can only leave it on for a couple of hours and then I have to cut it off because I think the radiant barrier that I put in this cabin, I will heat it up. I'll start at about 9 o'clock and heat it up for like an hour and a half. And then it's like 80 something degrees in here. And then I'll cut it off. Now that's when the temperature's been down in the 40s. Okay. And then I leave it off all night long. And I wake up the next morning and it's still in the high 60s. So it's just a little bit uncomfortable. So I'll start a fire in the morning and let it run for about hour and a half. That gets me through breakfast and so forth. And then I leave it off the rest of the day. Now, when it gets down into the 30s, I don't know, I might have to turn it on 3 times a day, but I think that the 32,000 BTU is a little bit much for this cabin the way we put it together. So, but it's a done deal. So I just have to, get in a rhythm with it. Let's see.
Bob can't
Patrick.
say truck or he has to go for a ride with his dog. Hey,
Patrick,
Ellen.
you responded with 3 responses.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's see. What else is new? How about with Patrick? You tell him what's up.
Oh man, not too much. We're trying to get our second channel together and get some more reviewed, some items to review for you guys. So we're working with some different companies that will be hopefully interesting content for you on that channel. Been trying to devote a little bit more attention to it. And yeah, that's been a lot of the behind the scenes that people haven't got a chance to really see yet. Because people write us emails all the time and we kind of have to go back and forth and work stuff out. So
Lance says, "Thank you, Richard, for the framing classroom." Lost me there.
I think he's saying thanks for teaching the framing.
Thanks for the framing. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know enough to teach in a classroom anywhere, unless maybe it is EMS or been so long. I can remember the martial arts in my head, but I don't know if my body would do it. Those things I know I
Yeah,
can
he
teach,
meant
but
teaching
carpentry,
about
I
framing.
don't feel comfortable with wood yet to teach anybody anything. Let's see. Rick says, Creek time with the dogs. I had a favorite segment. Yeah, that's their favorite one as well.
thank you, Tina.
Let's see. Jennifer, what's new with you?
Well, let's see here. I am recovering from being sick. Been busy helping Dad, and I have a new school that I'm at right now, and I'm absolutely loving it. The staff and students are precious. Wouldn't trade them for the world. Going to church again, amen for that. And I've been cooking all afternoon because tomorrow is our church's 85th anniversary. So
80.
I'm excited to feed some peeps.
Yeah, that new pavilion that we've got down there. This past year we started last October, I think it was, on the workshop down there from the tractor portion. I started that. I started the pavilion at the church, and we also did the carport. They're all complete except the workshop. Of course, we've come a long way on the workshop, right? But so that's something that I did in my spare time that
Listen,
you all didn't get to see, but it took a lot of time over there to build that thing. But that was 3 major projects last year that I did. So my time is not just here; it's other places too. So
I don't think people realize the amount of videoing that you do and the tiny bit that they get to see. And guys, Dad doesn't stop working. He works 5, 6 days a week, all day. So it may seem like he's getting very little done, but he's actually getting a lot done.
Mm-hmm.
will I enclose the workshop? No, it's not going to happen. And I'm not going to force myself. And that also brings me to another subject here. I've been thinking about this. We've talked about this for a long time, and I think I'm going to go ahead with this. And you all let me know what you think since you're on the live stream right here. Because we kind of consider this the nuts and bolts of the business, okay? Because you guys are the ones who not only watch that, but you venture over here to the live streams as well. But instead of putting out a video once every week, if I get one done in 4 days, I'm going to upload it. If it takes me 9 days, I'm going to upload it. What our purpose in saying that is we're going to try to deliver a better video to you guys. I'm been experimenting with different camera angles and been working on that. And I don't know if you guys have noticed it in the last maybe 3 or 4 videos, but we're also talking about getting another camera so that I can mount on the tractor, the sawmill, the four-wheeler, on the back of my head, to give you guys more angles. So with that said, and also maybe more trying to wrap up a project that I'm working on. In other words, let's say that I'm working on siding on the building. If I only get half of it done, then you guys wait till the next week to see the other half done. There may be a possibility if I just waited another day or two, I could have the whole side done, which would make for a much better video that you guys could enjoy. So we're talking about the quality of the video and not the quantity of them, because we would rather have a lot more views on a good video than the same amount of views on 2 separate videos that, now what you see is about a week's worth of work. Okay. I have 70, 80 gigabytes, and I had condensed that down. And they're generally no more than like 4.5 gigabytes on a 30-minute video. So there's all of that extra filming that was done that you guys don't get to see because there's not enough time to put it in there.
Yeah.
But
and sometimes the weather dictates your work as well, because it'll rain 2 or 3 days in a row.
right. Well, the other thing too, I got to do a little bit of videoing today because my neighbors had big machinery going, and I don't want to turn the cameras on because then you got that hum in the background of a machine, okay, and it just totally distracts the video. Now they're not really close, but it's just the hum of it. Slightly, the cameras pick it up really well, and it just kind of distorts the audio. So we try not to put that in the videos. A lot of times I'm waiting. I'll turn the camera on, and then this plane starts coming across as I'm walking back to get in position, and I go back and I turn the camera off and I wait for it. I'm sorry, guys. So yeah, we try to give you the best quality as possible. So that is the purpose of what we're going to slowly implement, is trying to get away from following a certain schedule and follow a schedule of quality. So let me know what you think about that. Let's see. Oh, hang on just a second, guys. Susie, let me call you back. I'm on a live stream right now, and I don't have time to talk, okay?
I'll sit down for you to take a shower.
All right, bye-bye. Okay, there we go.
Thank you, Tommy.
Let me say this real quick. 2 things. What do you call a parrot that flew away? A polygon. That was you, Bob. Okay.
Jennifer. Oh my Lord.
But
Okay, let's
second-
see.
Hold on. Second,
Lance, You telling another one?
No. Tommy said, I think moving to the propane stove was the right move. You were built well enough that the extra wood heat wasn't needed. I don't think it was the fact that there was extra wood heat. It's the fact of Dad, explain it.
Go ahead. There's no expectation of when you post a video from my end. You do your schedule. I would love to do two of our main channel videos per week, but probably over the last 6 months to a year, I have even changed how I edit. I don't show a total fluid movement. I kind of chop it up from one angle to another, so that's cut down a lot of time and allowed me to put more content in there for you guys.
Dad, talk about why you went to the propane heat. They said that you didn't need the extra wood heat. It's not the fact that the stove heated you out of house and home. It's the fact of buying it in, all that.
Well, really, this propane stove actually heats faster, I think, doesn't it?
Yeah. It
Yeah.
got to the point where I couldn't buy any wood. I do not have firewood up here because firewood is hardwood. Okay. I don't have any hardwoods. The closest thing that I have to hardwoods here would be dogwood. And that is an extremely hard wood, but it only grows to a maximum of about 8 or 10 inches in diameter. It takes a long time for them to get huge. Poplar would be the next up on the list, probably, but poplar burns up like that. You need a good hardwood like oak or hickory or locust, something like that to burn for firewood. I just don't have it. So I was buying firewood, but it got to where I couldn't even hardly get that last year. In February, like the 1st of February, I just had a stack about 3 feet long and 3 feet high. And I finally got somebody to deliver. I thought, well, if I have to burn pine, I guess I will, so I won't get cold. But pine, you take a chance on catching your house on fire because of the tar, that's in the smoke that sticks to the inside of your flue. So I thought, you know what? If it gets to the point next year, I'm going to have to do something. Well, when I got the gas stove and we went ahead and got the gas refrigerator, I said, you know what? When I'm 80 or 90, I hope I live that long.
Or 100.
I would probably be doing something else because I wouldn't be able to carry the wood in, right? So I said, you know what? I'm not going to fight it. I'm just going to go ahead and get a source of heat up here and spend my time building and doing what I do.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where we made that decision.
Yeah.
It
And
was smart.
let me tell you, the propane heater that we got, we thought it was going to be based off of the specifications that it comes with. It says it'll heat up to, what was it, 1,000 square feet?
Yeah.
And the cabin is probably about that or maybe a little bit more. And he has it on low and it heats the place up in an hour and a half.
Well, the one I got was rated for 1,000 to 1,400.
Oh, was
I
it?
think I could have got away with a 26,000 BTU, but when I seen the 30,000 or the 32 and it was just a little bit higher, I thought, I don't know. I'll go ahead and get that one, right? But it's
it
too
heats
much.
so well on low. If you fall asleep, you'll wake up and it'll be 90 degrees.
Well, that ceiling fan is right up above it. So as the heat's rising, it's blowing it back down. It goes everywhere. And I can walk into the kitchen. If I turn that one on, I have hot air coming down on me. So yeah, she's being very annoying, isn't she?
Listen, I'm sorry.
Here, I'm gonna do a solo layout real quick. Hold on. Actually, let's do this.
Anyway,
Let me see.
I need to figure out where I need to go if we're going to do it like that.
No, hold on.
Hi, Irene.
New spotlight.
Hey,
I think what I'll do is, since my dad is talking the most, I'm just gonna put it on him for now.
no. Don't do that.
Just for
Hey,
Um,
what you doing?
Yeah, I seen a comment about the feet walking. I add that in from time to time. I've done it before, and I started doing it again. You know, if I'm traveling somewhere, because it kind of lets you know kind of what I'm doing. But I did have a comment from somebody. You know, enough of the walking shoes. But I have decided. You know, we've had this channel here for 5 years. This is a platform for decent, wholesome people to talk back and forth, make comments, you know, you talk to us or whatever. And if somebody can't do anything but leave a rude comment, I'm going to stop them from being able to make comments. Okay. That's just the way it's going to be. And I know that you guys wouldn't do that, but I've got other people. The very first comment that they've ever made, if it's derogatory, um,
It's
just
their
like
call trolls.
just like one we had the other day. He's like, "Hey, I really like the building and everything." You know, that's how he started out. He said, "But dude, really? Cowboy hat and fatigues?" Which, you know, they're hunting camo pants to me. I'm not out there playing army. But anyway, you know, and it reminded me of a high school kid, early high school, you know, junior high, complaining what somebody else was wearing. And he said, "Cowboy hat? Really? Quit trying to sell your lifestyle." I thought, I'm not. I'm just filming it. You know, this is a lifestyle channel. This is what I do. This is me up here on the hill, right? But I stopped him from making any more comments because if he's going to be, you know, grade school, then we don't need that kind of language mixed in the comments. So I'm saving you all from having to read that, you know, those derogatory comments. But anyway, we don't get too many of
Well,
them.
listen,
Let's see. David, we're all doing good. Um, let's see. What else, Patrick? What we're gonna I said I was gonna talk about. Um
why can't you
talk about
trust?
huh?
Why can't you trust the king of the jungle? Because he's always lying. That was for Tommy.
I just thought about Fred Sanford for some reason.
What is it? Oh, so and so. What is her
Yeah,
name?
he's always getting on
Elizabeth.
his
Yeah,
he's
Liz.
always no, he's always getting on his sister-in-law. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
What was her name? Esther. Oh, always telling her, "What are you doing here so early? It's not feeding time at the zoo." Oh my goodness.
Ellsworth both. You're right. Nobody. The thing is people have a lot of people have nothing better to do than to sit behind a computer and just be ugly.
Yeah.
I was looking at an influencer the other day, and literally she had her hair just kind of pinned back right here and it was down, and somebody said, "What in the blank did you do to your hair? You look so ugly." Like, why would you even comment that? Like, that is not nice. And so the
Well,
thing is true, haters are going to hate.
they didn't grow up right.
Well, no,
Okay.
they
Let's
didn't,
put
but
it that
haters
way.
are going to hate, and we just have to keep going on.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jackie. Happy holidays to you.
Hey
You know,
guys, people who've liked this, thank you for liking, by the way. Sorry.
yeah.
Oh, and by the way, I want some new camo overalls for Christmas.
I told her the other day she needed some. She needed to quit wearing those that she has to use the safety pin on. And so I guess Patrick
I've had them since I was 18.
or I will get her a pair um, for Christmas. But hey, got to tell you guys, we got a little something in the mail the other day from down around Texas that I mentioned something in a video. And next thing we know, we got a Christmas present coming this way. We're going to go out and get us probably a grinder with a wire wheel on one side and a sharpener on the other, because I do need the means to be able to do things up here more and more myself. My neighbor, I don't talk about it a lot. He's still willing to get in front of the camera whenever I go up there, but his wife is bad sick, and so you don't see me up there as much as you used to. So I have got to outfit myself up here a little more and more. Um, and I was telling someone the other day that I'm going to probably try, and I told Patrick we need to look at maybe a propane forge, just a small one where I can heat up some metal and bend it, and just make certain things. I'll get me a drill press at some point to go in that shop down there, but just the means to do, make hinges and nails and bend metal if I need to, and maybe one of those. They're getting cheaper and cheaper, but those little welders where I can kind of, repair some things because I need to do that, and not have to depend on somebody else because all of this that I'm doing up here is about being self-sufficient, right? So we're getting there a step at a time because honestly, I'd never done anything like this. So we're doing it a step at a time.
Bob and overalls would get real dirty real quick. Somebody.
How are the gifted saws? I really, really like them, but the one that was the fine cut today finally broke in two. The handle was cracked middle ways, and well, it didn't break in two, but it's finally in two. So I don't want to. I'm just going to have to go ahead and make another one. So I'll probably do that on a review video. But yeah, how do you guys like the way that I'm kind of doing the review videos now, where I take you out and I'm kind of doing my chores, that I normally have done in the background, of filming the main channel, and nobody ever saw that stuff. But it still gives me a chance to get you guys outside with me and talk about, hey, what's up, kind of thing, and kind of like neighbors visiting neighbors, and let you know what I'm up to. I used to have cousins that didn't want to come around where I lived because they said every time they came up, I made them work. So y'all be glad you're just on the other side of the TV. Because there's always something to do up here. My Lord.
Somebody said they love the review channel. It's like a vlogging channel.
Oh, okay. He says, I understood the Sanford and Son comment 100%. Patrick, you got me all in the family. I bought 136 episodes. It was like 5 years worth of Sanford and Son. Sometimes I'll sit down and I'll go through 8 of them before the night's over after I, edit my videos. And I sit there and I just crack up between that and All in the Family. That stuff right there is just flat good comedy, and nobody ever got offended because that wasn't the purpose to offend anybody. It was just comedy every day. That's the way we lived, right? Of course, you can't do that today. Thank God I was able to get a hold of them because I just sit there and just cracks me up. But yeah, it's really nice to have these battery packs where I can turn the TV on and watch, be able to stay connected and watch up here. So whatever
I
you
have
do
a
is
really good joke.
get some porch time filmed or shop time filmed when it's raining and it's good, and then you get back on the project. Yeah, I've been doing some of that too. Of course, now when it's raining, it's going to be cold too. So I have to be out there next to a fire somewhere. So probably instead of the porch, I'll probably be down there around the shed somewhere with the fire going in that little, container.
Speaking of that, in one of the videos, was it the latest video you talked about the fire that you saw or smelled? But we never actually gave an update that there was several fires
There was 3.
around the whole area. Uh,
Right. Well, I noticed it one morning when I went out. I got out and I could see the low lying clouds, and I said, that's not right. there's a fire somewhere. And then I mentioned it on the video. And sure enough, I-40 around the North Carolina line, it was posted on all over TikTok and Instagram about the wildfires over there. And they got really close, probably within about 10 miles of where I'm at. And they're suspecting that they were set, just like I said. So some people are just like folks that we were talking about commenting, that they just don't have any respect for anything. And they think it's funny, to start something like that and then see everybody scramble to try to put the wildfire out or save their home or save their farm or whatever, just like the Gatlinburg fires. They were actually started with a land wildfire, land fire. And then they caught some teenage boys setting more fires down closer to the city limits just because the other fires were raging out of control, at that time. This was, what, 5 years ago? I think 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Anywho, but yeah, that's what happens to us. And it generally happens around November when it gets so dry. It's been dry through the month of October. Sometimes we'll get rain that causes the leaves to start falling, but it's generally about this time of the year that the wildfires will take off.
Yeah.
I think I've figured out what's going on.
Are people texting you?
No, I just went on of Wi-Fi and it said weak security, weak something else. So I just changed it to my other one.
Well, I figured maybe if somebody's trying to send a text in, it would probably take you off and then whatever. I don't know, but anyway.
I'm talking to her, trying to help her figure it out.
Richard says, I follow quite a few YouTube channels like yours, but your one is the one I look forward to the most of all. I love what you do. I'm envious of your way of life. Keep on doing it. Well, thank you very much. Like I said, sometimes I take a break from doing one thing or the other because I kind of get a little bored with it, So
if you're envious, come on up.
I know, right?
Yeah.
He'll put you right to work, don't you worry.
Trust me, you'll go right back to what you was doing.
This year has been different. Let me say it that way, as far as military air traffic. Yep, I seen probably what had to have been a Chinook way up in the sky today because it looked like multiple rotors going around. And it was going really slow and it looked fairly large, but it was so far up there. But, we had like droves of them coming through. And then generally in October, we'll have the fighter jets that fly through a couple of times, but they were constant, even in the summertime. And then the big, bomber type airplanes flying through. Yeah, it's been crazy this year.
Richard says he's from Brisbane, Australia. Wow.
Brisbane.
Wow. That's crazy. Hello, Australia.
Tommy, I don't teach. I'm a school nurse. But I have 6, 7.
Murphy.
Middle school.
Hello, Murphy. Let's see.
Am I still cutting out? It's never done this before.
It's okay. We'll figure it out next time.
Patrick?
Yeah.
Put me down there and see if it's just her position. I don't think it is.
No, it's not, because it was happening before we got you on earlier. It's okay.
Look at Gracie. Looks like Chewbacca. Hi, Chewie.
Well, I got the Momo Moose laying here right beside me.
Momo.
Yeah.
Does Jin Jin love you?
Oh, you got both of them up. They were asleep.
Listen, y'all, they know her voice so well.
Yeah.
And her phrases that she says and the tone of her voice.
And they know his too.
They know mine, but I have to do certain things. Like I have to say their name, say certain phrases, or whistle. and it's just about just like going to the CREEK.
Momo,
And
does Jinjin love you?
Jennifer, don't do that, please, because he's going to bark because he's over here with that low growl in his voice, like he's wanting me to do something. Okay, yeah, let's not get that going.
Hey, Sim. What you
Let's
doing?
see. Yeah, we're all doing good. You guys got any questions?
Go for it.
Let's see, what else might be coming up on the horizon that I haven't mentioned? I mentioned the videos. Power, water. Patrick mentioned the companies that we're trying to get to do some reviews.
Come here.
Yeah, we get so many that contact. Some of it's not even worth replying back, like furniture. I'm not interested in doing a furniture deal. Dog biscuits, food. I'm not interested in doing those. Something that would be related more to what I'm doing up here. So, the hand tool companies, folks like that, they want to send us some stuff. If it's something that we don't have or something that we got that's about to wear out, I don't mind doing it, as long as, checking it out, we feel like it's something that would be of value, you know, um, not something that's going to be real cheap that would break on me too. There's no point in me even doing that kind of a review. Um, but we kind of take a look at the company. We take a look at reviews on the product on YouTube as well as like Google. And then we kind of make our decision from there. Are we going to do it? Because Lord, we're not the only channel out here that they're after, so there's probably already some reviews on that on YouTube.
The windows for the workshop install soon. Yes.
Yep, I was actually down there working on. I mentioned that when we first started the live. I've been down there working on that today. I got 2x4s that I'm going to have to burn and oil and cut them all out to go around, because when I put the siding on, they'll have to butt up to the side of it. So they have to be on before I put the siding on. So that's what I'm working on. And then we'll just start throwing siding up. Jennifer helped me. She came up the other day and helped me put that protectant on. So we've been doing a whole lot. I know it seems like we're all over the place, but
we're trying to
I
work
am.
with Cabot to get we're trying to get them. We wrote them a couple of different times because everybody always asks us about that oil and the clear protectant that we put on our wood. We're trying to figure out some deal that we can get together to help, people because people on our channel have had some experience with it. After watching our channel, they go out and they try it, and they'll burn wood or they'll put it on whatever it is that they're making, their furniture or whatever, and they say that it pleases them. And so we're trying to bring you something that will hopefully benefit you guys as well in that regard.
Are you planning on blocking the underfloor area of the workshop, or are you leaving it open?
That's the floors in the workshop. I'm saving that for a rainy day. I need to build the building and get the roof on.
No, he's just asking, are you going to leave it open, or are you going to just build the floor and block all of it off?
You're going to build a floor.
Yeah.
I'm not going to build a floor until the third section is done.
Right. He's saying in general, did you plan to build a floor?
I got to have something to walk on. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
The dirt, it's sloped downhill to drain, right?
Yeah.
It's probably sloped a foot from the front to the back. That's the reason those piers in the back are so tall. Okay, because of the slope. We didn't want it level or water wouldn't drain.
If we didn't understand your question, just rephrase it. I'm sorry.
Right. But I don't need to spend time on any of my floors until I get the structure in place and the roof on. Then that gives me a place to work under to do everything else that I need to do. So yeah, the whole frame will be in place and the whole roof will be put on before I start inside the workshop. And I'll probably enclose it. But I've been trying to just kind of get the siding on the tool shed area. I can always work off of the dirt floor. That's not a problem. To cut my posts or anything that I need to do will actually be done in the sawmill. But as it gets colder, I'll do some more work from down there. I can always pull the tractor out and work underneath there, and then clean it back up and back the tractor back in. So that's helped me out a whole lot.
So
yeah,
what's the theory about burning wood and coating it with the tarry substance?
burning the wood helps it to last longer. But even improving on top of that, I went ahead and put tar on. So I put tar around any part that is meets the ground, with the exception of the bottom, because the bottom is actually sitting on some rocks, and if there was any moisture that got in there in the log, I want it still to be able to come out, so yeah, I didn't do the bottom of the posts. But anyway, they'll last a good long while. You got to remember, I'm using pine on a lot of those, which, is not really rot resistant. But by burning it and then coating it with tar,
Yeah.
I prolong it, quite a while. So
Yeah.
I don't think that I'll have to touch that fence again for another 10 years or so. And then, at that point, I'll just be fixing sections at a time, right? Kind of like a cowboy when you got to go out and fix fence. That'll be the videos of the future. Me fixing fence somewhere on the property.
Good morning, South Africa. He meant, would varmints be able to live underneath after it's finished? That's what he said.
I haven't really planned on closing the bottom. Hadn't really planned on doing that.
Yeah.
Air would be able to flow underneath. I'm not going to try to insulate it like I did the cabin here. It's just a workspace. But the wood is going to be heavy enough, and I might put some insulation at least in the floor and the walls. But I'm not going to wrap it with radiant barrier and do everything I did with this cabin. And it will maintain quite a bit of heat because I'm only going to be down there a few hours. I'm not going to be down there in the summertime with the door shut inside working, doing anything, to speak of, because I'll be building buildings. Because as soon as that building is done, I'll be over here working on a root cellar, which is on the other side of the cabin from it. So I don't know. We'll have to see. If it got to the point where I didn't have anything to do, I could always close the bottom in. But I haven't really planned on it. I just planned on leaving because in the front, it's only going to be about 4 inches. Okay. But on the back, it's much higher, right? But I may go ahead, I don't know, and lay some plastic down at least underneath there where the workshop is so that I don't have any moisture coming up on the front side. But I'm going to go ahead and lay it totally to the back. But
Danny,
yeah,
there's not really any room to expand the carport for a second vehicle unless he. Oh man, that would be some figuring. Danny asked if, yeah,
I would have to make it longer
yeah, longer and park
or
them front to back.
extend it into the yard, which I don't want to take up my yard, because I don't have much up here.
Yeah.
I may go ahead and build another little carport for the second vehicle, as well as on one side of something, as well as maybe another one for the four-wheeler.
Where are you going to put it?
I don't know. I'm shooting from the hip, guys. We just got some property and we're developing it. Okay. Um, just like I added the other 2 windows in the side of the workshop. You might have seen those pictures on Instagram. But yeah, if you follow us on the Outpost channel, be sure and follow us on the review channel too, because those videos are doing actually well for, you know, it being another small channel.
Mm-hmm.
It's doing good.
Ellsworth said she was they were talking about let's see here, burning the wood and then putting oil on it, but we just kind of send. So my dad does both. Sometimes he will do, what is it, show sugibon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. If I'm just treating the lumber for looks, we didn't totally burn the side of the cabin. We kind of did that for looks. We're using the timber oil to seal the lumber. But I think the wood looks a lot better when it's slightly burnt, because when you do that, the grain comes out in it.
Yeah.
Okay. If I just left it, you probably wouldn't see that. It would kind of turn grayish, kind of like the sawmill. It's never been treated. It's turned grayish, but it kind of resembles other things, But if the posts that go in the ground, yeah, they need to be totally, totally burned. Anything that is low to the ground needs to be totally, totally charred. That's why I build a fire and char those posts. I don't use the flame torch on it. Yeah, because it would take too much fuel to do that, unless the wood was totally dry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dang.
it would have totally dry. Yes, Danny, we're going to do away with the sawmill building because it's kind of, I consider it an eyesore. It doesn't really match anything else up here. Was the purpose of building the new building down there, to place that I could park the tractor, place where I could have the wood shop, a place where we could relocate the sawmill and have a place just behind the sawmill with big open doors where we can walk in and stack the lumber and let it air dry. That way, when we get ready to do a project, we're not using green wood, kind of like we're doing now. I have to build knowing that it's going to shrink. Okay, so I have to compensate for all that as I'm building.
Yeah.
That's the reason you've seen board and batten, because of shrinkage, and lap siding. I'm lapping it 1.5 inches because I know it's going to shrink, but it will still lap even after it shrinks. So knowing that, that's how you build going into it. But yeah, we'll have a place down there where we can store lumber, where it will be air drying. That I can just go in there and grab a couple of 2x4s, 2x6, whatever it is I need, take off, and it'll be a lot drier because we will have a stockpile.
Are you still planning on building the lower camp to
I've
hold
talked
classes?
about that 3 or 4 times this year. Somebody suggested that, and that kind of goes back to the teaching, where I could have people come here, and he suggested, they pay for a class. I'm not good enough to teach those classes. I don't feel right taking that money. But yeah, we're still thinking about that, and it would only be a couple of spots and more or less tent camping, for people to do that. A lot of
You want to
people
work
like
them on up.
a lot of people like glamping. Okay, it wouldn't be glamping; it would be more like bushcraft camping, But it would give you a pad or a profile to set the tent on, keep you dry. That way, if it was raining, you're not going to be totally on the ground where the water comes off the top of the mountain right on you. So, but yeah, we're thinking about that.
Can I tell a joke? This one's probably the best one yet. You ready? What favorite?
Say it again.
What's the
You cut off.
Macy's favorite Journey song?
Your audio cut off. Say it again.
What is a maple tree's favorite Journey song? Don't stop believing. That was cute, wasn't it?
Oh my
Don't stop
goodness.
believing. That was
Y'all
cute.
come get her.
You know, I took a couple of Excedrin before the live stream because I knew that some of them were going to give me a headache.
I love it.
Sinbad, I am not in school.
That was
No.
the other Patrick.
Oh,
my bad.
I was going to say about the sawmill building, and we're going to put a gazebo in there. Not sure how we're going to do it yet. Probably kind of favor the toilet down there some, and a nice campfire area where we can sit there. Somebody even commented, how come I'm not using the outdoor kitchen? Sometimes I just like to cook over an open fire, you know, even though it's an open fire at the kitchen, but kind of resembling being out, you know, in the woods. But you've seen me use the kitchen not too long ago, and I'll probably use it more as winter gets here, but as long as it's not too cold outside because I've got a gas range in here, you know. But
There's
yeah,
also a lot more for the outdoor kitchen. Sometimes wherever it is that you're working,
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to see it since you're not there at the property, but it would take a lot to have to walk up the hill, bring whatever it is that you're doing, do the whole business, and then constantly walk back and forth. Sometimes it's just easier to walk, you know, a couple of steps over around the side of the cabin and then just or wherever his fire is at the time. So
Let me just tell y'all, because y'all don't know yet. Honey, my dad made the best food he has made since he's been up at that outpost yesterday. Honey, number one, it even beats the French toast.
what was it?
Holy moly. It was almost like a beer ox, but it was hamburger meat, cabbage, onion, and we added little bitty tiny potatoes cut up. And then we cooked that over the fire and then used tortillas and kind of put those over the fire. Honey, make your tongue slap your brains. Oh, God, it was so good. Oh,
Does everybody know what bureaucracies are?
I think
beer
they're
ox.
okay.
Yeah, beer ox is just basically ground hamburger. You brown your hamburger with sauteed onions in it, and you put cabbage in there, salt and pepper. Roll you out some dough, or you can even buy those, you know, that are ready to go, and just pack it in there. Roll the edges over, knead the edges, base it with some butter, stick it in the oven, and let it bake. They're really, really good. The only thing we did different is we added some little potato cubes, which totally changed the flavor of it.
It did. But,
But it gave it substance too, more substance, and it was actually pretty doggone tasty. So that was
well, I
my
ate taco.
bushcraft beer ox, okay? Because I wasn't going to take the fresh dough and put it in there and do all that. No, I just
Hey.
took flour tortillas, warmed them up, and kind of burned them on each side, and bam, there you go.
How many people saw him make a hamburger out of tortillas?
And I can tell you it was probably really good because, honey, something about
Probably.
those tortillas over that open fire, holy cow.
I just took the rolling pin and I kept rolling the hamburger till it was really thin and the size of the tortilla. Of course, it shrunk, you know, but it was really good.
Well, we're going to take a couple more questions and then we'll probably hop off here and then we'll plan another one where
Jennifer's
everybody
computer is going crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, because we've been on here an hour. We said 45 minutes when we started. Okay.
I have another joke.
Every time you cook, it makes me hungry. You know, my buddy Nathan from Out of the Woods, and if you guys are not following him, go check that his channel out of the Woods Forestry. Or is it just Out of the Woods on YouTube, Patrick?
I think
it's
it's
just
out
Out
of
of the Woods.
I think it's Out of the Woods, yeah.
Nathan Elliott. If you don't watch that channel, you need to check it out. I think you'll like it. But he told me, he says, Richard, I watched just about every one of your videos. And he said, every time you get to that cooking segment, I've got to stop and go to the kitchen. He said, it just tears me up. Oh, still planning to make a cob? Yeah. Yeah. I just don't have enough time to do everything. It just seems like, um, I'm just like a wild man up here, I'm just like a top. You spin me in the morning and I head off in some direction. But yeah, matter of fact, when I dug the dirt from the post hole, I left it sitting there right on purpose to do that. Of course, the rains come off and kind of divided the hill. But yeah, we still plan on doing that. So that's another project, the base camp, the outdoor, the what am I trying to say? The root cellar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody
What?
mentioned more carports for the other vehicles,
Yeah.
fencing and
Yeah.
cows, maybe, or horse at some
Well,
point.
and we gotta redo the hugelkultur garden because all that fence is messed up because of the tree that fell on it. And like you said, the base camp, all those posts that we had set down there probably have to come back out because they're probably rotten.
One reason that I haven't done a lot of drone footage lately is because of all the crap that's fell down, and you would be able to see that from up above. I've been trying to clean it up as fast as possible, but I just don't take days off trying to purposely clean up because I'm still got to make videos, right? But I'm trying to clean up as I go. So um, I'm going to try to work that in more and more. And like I said, we're talking about purchasing another camera and trying to give you guys much better quality instead of just trying to get something out to you every Friday. That was probably the wrong thing for me to do to start with. I should have tried to deliver much better quality videos to you with wrapping up more of a project in a video than to just keep stringing you on. Of course, it's still, a lifestyle kind of video. So you can't take on a major project like that building down there and wait for a year and a half for me to put a video out.
Yeah.
You'll see, but what I'm trying to say is more content done and a lot more strategic camera angles and things for you, because I'm going to tell you something. Even to get you what I'm doing now, with having to deal with machinery in the background and the weather, rain, and now the cold and stuff like that, it takes a lot of my days away. And there may only be 3 days left in the week that I can work to bring you guys a video. That's not doing you right. It, the way to do you right is to deliver more quality um, in the video. So that's what we're going to do.
Yep. All right, y'all. A couple
Um,
more questions. Sorry, go ahead.
are you going to expand the carport to camp classes? Doing away with the sawmill?
Hey, Dan or Don. Sorry.
What do you call two banana peels laying on the floor?
But,
Slippers.
I'm glad I
Slippers.
took 2 Excedrin, Jennifer. One for that one for the one before it.
all right, y'all. If we don't have anything else,
Yeah.
we're gonna go
We
ahead and call
appreciate.
it.
Oh, hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Hope that you have a merry, 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 merry Christmas, and hope that you have a happy, happy, happy New Year.
Thank you, Tina.
One thing I want to say, if you don't follow the review channel, this last video got a lot of comments, and I knew exactly what they were saying. I just tried to say, and it was all about getting my tag you just have to go watch it because we have to be careful with what we say on YouTube or they'll take your videos down. So, because we don't have what freedom of speech anymore. Let me just say it that way. But sometimes you just need to say what needs to be said. You know, you just need to do the right thing. And I guess all in all, what I said was, I can't believe that it has come to this point to be asked questions like you're being asked on trivial stuff. I mean, meaningless, trivial stuff, like a license plate. Okay, go watch that video, Outpost Review. If you haven't been watching our Outpost Review channel, the most latest video. I just can't believe it's come to that point. It's so sad, and I'm really disappointed. I really am. And that's all I was trying to say, you know. But yeah. You know,
Well,
there you go. You guys will know what I'm talking about when you go watch the video.
thank you,
Oh,
Danny. Thank you, Claude.
I don't see some of these people commenting. I don't know why it's not letting me see that. Or maybe my phone's behind or something. Or
Some of those people are on Facebook.
oh,
Thank you, Tommy.
okay. Okay. All right, guys. Well, thanks for following us on whatever platform you find us on. You can also find us on Rumble now. We're
Yes.
starting to pick up a few views on Rumble, if that's one of your platforms. Of course, if you're watching us on YouTube, it wouldn't make any sense to go over there. But anywho, guys, Jennifer, Patrick, you got anything to add before we leave?
No,
I
we'll
do.
see you sometime, hopefully in December.
What, Jen?
I just want to say thank you all for being such loyal followers. We love you. I'm just kind of reiterating what Dad and Patrick said, but we love you. We're thankful for you. We appreciate you and happy holidays. And we hope you had a good Thanksgiving. And I'll shut up now.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for all of your support, not only the live stream review channel, the Outpost channel, but also your comments, thanking us for what we're doing up here, because honestly, if it hadn't been for you guys, we might not be here now. Okay, so we're still going, still growing, but thanks to you guys, because, you know, you're what makes the channel grow. I just put the videos out there. If nobody watched them, you know, we wouldn't be anywhere. So it's you guys that is what the channel's all about. You're the ones that make it grow. So we're going to keep putting them out there as long as we can. Anyway. All right, guys.
All right. We love y'all.
Bye,
Adios,
y'all.
amigos.
Peace.